Can't stop, won't stop. Where the brakes at? I give him that diddy bop. Like, take that, take that, take that, take that.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Inferno Reviews and welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm actually going to be reviewing an LP from Jay Park called The Road Less Traveled. This LP actually came out last Friday, June 7th, and actually contains 17 tracks. And for the people who don't know about me, I'm actually like a huge Jay Park fan. I actually got into him like around my sophomore year of college. That was like around, say like 3.5 years ago. And the few things I actually noticed about the guy is that he's very multi-talented. Dude could rap, sing, dance, model, etc. And also he actually has his 2 independent labels in Korea called AOMG and Higher Music. And now in the recent years he's actually signed to Rock Nation. Yes, Rock Nation, Jay-Z's label, because he's trying to like make it into the American market, because he's been in Korea for like 10 plus years, and he said himself like he actually reached a peak in Korea, so it's time for him to like do some stuff in the States to get his name up. So delving into this album, I'll say this is a good album. Throughout the album, it actually has like your classical 80s 90s boom bap tracks, and also your standard trap sounds that a lot of artists are doing in this current today's hip-hop. And mostly the production is all in-house from AOMG and Higher Music. Producers include Gray, Cha-Cha, Groovy Room, Boy Cold, and people outside of Korea too. So I actually did like how Jay kept most of production in-house, and also reached out to a few people outside of Korea. So yeah, this album is, again, it's good, and also Jay actually got like 2 legendary rappers on the track called Twisted Dreams, which is track 4, and he has Jay Electronica and Joe Flizzo. And when I saw those 2 names, I was like, whoa. Because I remember Jay mentioned in an interview that he has something with Jay Electronica, so I'm actually excited that song is actually on this album. So the tracks that I did like about this album, I did like the first 5 tracks. I did like Legacy, Ourselves, and Undefeated. And I liked Monster, Sun Comes Up, and The Greyground Cypher. The tracks that I didn't really like too much was what was it? Oh, if you guys wondering why I'm looking down, my notes again. Plottin' featuring Little Chris, Stutter with Ted Park, Feng Shui. I did like the production because Cha-Cha Malone produced the song, and Cha-Cha always kills it with the production. The only thing I liked about the track was the hook. That's the only thing I liked about it. I didn't really like the verses too much. Ben Baller, I did not like that track. It just didn't catch my ears. The music video is actually on Jay's page if you want to go look at it for yourselves. Same thing with Feng Shui. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm back now. Sorry for earlier today. My mom actually came through the front door, and I also slept until 8 o'clock p.m. So I'm back now to continue this LP review. So where I left off, I was saying like the tracks that I didn't like. Yeah, Ben Baller, I didn't like at all. And I'll have to say definitely my favorite track on this album is The Greyground Cypher, because The Greyground Cypher, it actually has like that old school hip hop feel, like from like a traditional cypher where one guy goes, spits out their verse, then he goes back, the other guy comes out, and it just keeps going until the last man is done. And there's actually like almost like a freestyle video to this Greyground Cypher, and the filter actually has like the 80s 90s feel. So I definitely did like that about Jay Park. He keeps like the roots of hip hop alive through the minor details, just to get that old school feel out of the video. So though, also one thing I did not really like was the amount of features on this album, because if someone's like introduced to Jay Park and they're like listening to this specific album, like people are gonna automatically think like, oh, like why does this guy have so many features on his album? Like, does he need all these features just to like stand out? But which is not the case, because Jay has like plenty of solo songs with just him by himself, and he kills it with his lyrical ability. So that was actually my only minor issue that I had with this LP. It had like a lot of features, but I understand what Jay was trying to go for, because he's trying to connect the whole Seattle to soul. Throughout like Jay's music, he always referenced like Seattle to soul, because he's trying to like connect like the two places together when it comes to like artists. So I definitely did like that about Jay. And so I definitely will give this album like a good 7.5 out of 10. And again, it's not a bad album. It's not like a great album. It's just a good album. Am I gonna sit here and say like this is Jay's best work? No. I feel like his best work to date is an album called Everything You Wanted that came out of October of 2016. And in my opinion, that was a very like cohesive album. It had like a mixture of like R&B, hip hop. It was like a standout album, and he actually won like so many awards from that album. So I'll say definitely Everything You Wanted is first. Then I'll say this album, then Worldwide, then Evolution, then the rest. And also, if you're like a sucker for like the classical 80s, 90s boom bap with a little bit of trap in your musical life, then I encourage that you listen to this album. Even though it's like a good 17 tracks, I feel like you'll definitely like enjoy yourselves. I encourage you guys to give Jay Park a listen, because he's a very extremely talented individual. So again, I give this album a 7.5 out of 10. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Drowning out my problems, till my pain, no